Y'all know this is Blake with Civil Mesh. I'm the VP of Operations. Today I'm with Mike with CNR Water, a longtime partner of Civil Mesh. We've been working with them for about 3 years now. Successfully completed, I think, around 8 projects.
Sounds about right.
So we're going to talk about some of the advantages where he's used Civil Mesh, how we've came in, how we've overcame challenges, and what we're on track to do with him this following year. How did Civil Mesh come across your desk? How'd you find us?
So as a matter of fact, it was from this developer who gave me his general contractor's information. Told me about the whole TopCon system, so we were interested in more of an efficient way to just survey and stake out for our water and sewer line installation.
Okay.
Once we, found the equipment, then we had to find somebody who knew how to run it. So
seems to
that's
be
where you
the
guys came into
process is like, hey guys, we got this equipment set up now. Now what do we do?
How do we
Find
use
us.
it? Exactly. So we were referred to you guys, and first experience went well. It was a learning curve for us, understanding what questions to ask you guys. And once we figured that out, we were off. Apartment complex development, everything super tight. The issue with that one was upon given the plans, it was shifted. I think you found that shift. I was oblivious to it or, ignorant to it. But when I sent it over to you, I said, hey, man, y'all need to check this out. We're having some issues. You were able to find out that where we put our infrastructure and our installation of utilities, it wasn't our fault, that we were just following basically the plans and design.
Okay.
So y'all bailed us out with not really knowing at the time when all fingers were pointed at us because we were the first utility to come in and install.
Like a
The
really
entire
small
project
shift.
was shifted 5 feet.
Yeah.
But when you're dealing with townhomes and everything is right on top of one another, 5 feet's a big deal. After that, they basically took took ownership of the issue, and we were able to work with what we did. Shifting minimally some of the sewer infrastructure, but we made it work without tearing a lot of stuff out.
It worked out well.
Yeah. So
Okay.
in the end, it was a big save. Oh, it was a complete tear out and redo. It was basically digging back down to your sanitary sewers, which is anywhere from 6 to 15 feet deep, and completely resetting manholes, taps.
What's the price tag on something like that?
For that whole job for phase 1, I mean, you're talking hundreds of thousands.
So it could have been potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars lost.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'd say that's a big win.
Yeah. No doubt. This development specifically, this guy, he's very particular with where he wants us. So, we don't really have the leniency that we seem to have had way back when we were still calling in surveyors. He wants us, this tap needs to be here. This fire hydrant needs to be here. You need to dodge this driveway, by X amount of feet. So having you guys pinpoint that is very important.
So it sounds like the accuracy of what we do in the GPS nowadays, he can get right on where the developers want him to be, where is on some of the past projects, it's like, hey, you got 20, 25 feet, just get it in the ground and we'll make it work.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
At Civil Mesh, we like working with partners that are ahead of the curve. So in this industry with the utilities, a lot of these guys rely on the surveying company to come out here, throw stakes in the ground. They're going to come out, start digging their utilities. But with the data that they're using and the machines that they have, they're able to come out here and lay their own stakes. If a contractor knocks one out, they can go exactly where it needs to be and put their new stakes in. So there's no downtime when it comes to, hey guys, all these stakes got knocked out, I need you to come back out. So these clients, they're ahead of the game, they're efficient, they're using the technology to their advantage. A lot of the contractors have the same data in their handhelds, but they're not using it. They don't want to learn it, they don't want to advance their companies. They're just like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, we're making it work. What's the difference with Civil Mesh between the previous surveyors you used in the past?
I would probably say just speed, your guys' ability to get it to us and let us take off with it and mark our own stuff versus being on their schedule and having to wait maybe 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then not to mention if that stuff does get knocked down, which it will, rescheduling them and having them back out.
Yeah.
So yeah, time is the main factor.
What is the time frame you're seeing on the turnarounds with civil mesh?
I mean, small revisions, you guys have turned them around within a day sometimes. You know, if it's a complete job, it's at least within that week. You know, I'll send you guys a set of plans, and I'll have it back within the week, and then we're off to the races come next week to start staking out. You guys accommodate and been great. I thank y'all for that. For if I say, hey, you know, I need a favor. I need to get this thing pushed out quicker. Y'all have been there to do that for us, and that helps out big time.
The product that we're giving you, which is a 3D elevated line work for the utilities, how does that work compared to what you were doing before?
Basically, it helps us the most on your gravity sewer, you know, putting that percent grade in there, your storm sewer crossings, making sure we're above or below. You know, that's probably the major benefit, but in all honesty, for what we do, it's just location and line work, you know, making sure that we're in the right position or the right placement. Going back to what you touched on, when you come out and you have a surveyor stake the job and you leave for that weekend and here comes a big, you know, rain event or whatever, as you can see, this is wide open, you know, raw land, dirt, mud, and everything else. So you know it's going to get chopped up with equipment and people are going to run into your stakes. Well, calling back into that surveyor, it may be a week out or a week and a half out to restake it. You know, that's not, developer's not going to go with that, nor can we make money doing that.
No, you got timelines and other jobs to be at.
So having the ability to just run back over there and go boop and roll on, that's big, that's major stuff.